Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Prime Time Newscast in the English language on Canal International. We'll begin with our top stories. Traders of Marché de la Gare Nouvelle in Douala have once again protested, demanding for their shops from council officials. They were out this Monday, October 2, 2023, at the site where their shops were destroyed, expressing anger that no information has filtered as how the council intends to allocate shops for them. As state universities and institutions of higher learning across Cameroon officially resume today for another academic year, one of the major preoccupations of students is high rents and accompanying violations of their rights by house owners. Rooms without internal water systems cost as much as 15 to 20,000 francs CFA. And Cameroon Cedric Doumbé secured a mind-blowing victory against Frenchman Jordan Zebo on Saturday, September 3, 2023 at the Zenith in Paris during the major MMA events on French soil. Those are major stories. Details right ahead. Good evening once more. Traders of Marché de la Gare Nouvelle in Cameroon's economic city, Douala, have once again protested, demanding for their shops from council officials. They were out this Monday, October 2, 2023, at the site where their shops were destroyed, expressing anger that no information has filtered as how the council intends to allocate shops for them. Our reporter Gladys Ambodibang tells us more.
They are singing out of frustrations. These traders, with placards in hand, are demanding for their shops from officials of the Douala City Council. They are among several others whose shops were destroyed in November 2022 and May 2023 at Marché de la Gare Nouvelle in Douala without notifications, census, a destruction order, and no space allocated to run their businesses. New shops are being constructed on the site, and they have expressed fears they might not have the opportunity to own one.
We have been hearing that they are selling the stores, they are building, we don't know who is building the stores, and they are selling, we don't know who they are buying, we don't know. Some of us have started dying. We have already buried 3 people. And we are dying because we don't have anything to eat. We don't have anything to send children to school. We are sick. We don't have money to go to the hospitals. So we are just dying like that, like fowls. We don't know whether we are Cameroonians or not.
The traders say they are even more frustrated over silence by council officials who are not ready to give out any information regarding the newly constructed shops said to have been contracted to an individual.
On a déjà fait plus de 4
to procure a shop so that we can start dropping money into an account created for the purpose, but no information is filtering.
Les mamans ont plutôt peur.
The women are afraid that upon completion works, they will not be in possession of the shops. But I have pleaded with them to calm down because I know the mayor is reflecting and will not dare take them into consideration.
Elle ne peut pas donner la boutique aux inconnus.
All attempts to get to council officials react over the allegations proved futile.
3 suspects are currently in police custody for stabbing a man to death in Fokwe and Chang West region of Cameroon. Villagers attest that the man was heading back to his home at night last weekend when the suspected assailants murdered him. More with the Understory with our student journalist Akizi Kiga.
42-year-old Buno, popularly known around his vicinity as General Nikita, met his demise Saturday morning when he was attacked by 3 men on his way home. His untimely death has left the entire community in shock as the population came out to protest against rising insecurity in Fokwe. It took the combined efforts of the forces of law and others to calm the irate population who marched with the mortal remains of Buno to the Gendarmerie Brigade.
And fear continued to grip inhabitants of the southwest region of Cameroon following yesterday's October 1, 2023 lockdown. This Monday, the traditional Ghost Town Day is being observed in the English-speaking parts of Cameroon, which is grounded like yesterday, where forces of law and order were deployed to prevent separatist fighters who early last week on social media announced the commemoration of the Cameroon Independence Day. Ines Ondwambala tells us more.
October 1 has always been a day to remember in the English-speaking part of Cameroon. This is how it went on in the southwest region.
Mutengene, October 1, 2023.
Activities grounded. Town, cities and villages paralyzed with inhabitants all indoors. On Sunday, church services held online with special mass celebrated on the previous day. Markets are all closed as city dwellers stock their homes proud to October 1 for fear of the unknown. It is a long day for defense and security officers who are leaving no stone unturned to secure persons and their goods. Defense forces are posted in all nooks and crannies on the southwest region, and the tension is high as separatist fighters vow to commemorate the Cameroon Independence Day. At press time, no incident, no explosion, no human casualty was recorded.
No sign of economic activity.
The new director of the Advanced School of Mass Communication has marked the wage war on students with indecent dressing, sending them back home from the gates of the institution. This is the implementation phase of the communique earlier issued, calling on the student journalists to dress responsibly as they resume the new academic year. Student journalist Chelsea Kuwon tells us more in the following story.
It's the first day of school, and this student happens to be the first to be called out for poor dressing. He seems to be amongst the few who did not take new dress codes imposed by ASMAC seriously. We are in the Advanced School of Mass Communication, Yaoundé. The campus this day sparkling with suits of all colors and designs, well-covered shoes, non-extravagant hairstyles, no artificial beauty enhancers. The new students, as well as old, showed proof of respect of the new laws, much to the appreciation of the lecturers. The director of the institution, Francois Marc-Modom, is keen on ensuring that the new dress and behavior code reflects the reputation of the school.
I want people to come to ASMAC to study. When you come to study, you don't have time to waste in complicated clothes. We want our students to be serious. We want them to be disciplined persons. It's not that complicated. This is a school. This is not a faculty of university.
In a press release issued last month, the director announced that jeans, polo shirts, ripped out clothes, short skirts, tight-fitting clothes, unnatural hair colors, and false nails and lashes are strictly forbidden. The students, on their part, bear different views.
It is a good law because you tend to respect someone in suit more than the one in jeans. I always do an effort to be well dressed, so I'm okay with the rules.
It's a little bit sad for me because I love wearing jeans and t-shirts as I feel more comfortable in them. I will only have to adapt to the new system.
State universities and institutions of higher learning opened their doors today for the new academic year. One of the major preoccupations of students has been high rents imposed on them by house owners. Rooms without internal water supplies cost us between 15 to 20,000 francs CFA, while modern rooms have increased from 25,000 to even 40,000 francs CFA. Some students complain it remains a huge financial burden. Our student journalist Kizi Kiga tells us more.
The escalating expenses associated with housing, coupled with tuition fees, are causing significant hardship for university students. Aside from struggling with an already alarming cost of living, they also struggle with their rent. Formerly, the cost of a room was between 7,000 francs and 8,000 francs. Today, it is 15,000 francs for a room which has no privacy. For a room to be at least comfortable, it is 25,000 francs to 30,000 francs.
Formerly, rooms varies from 7,000 francs to 8,000 francs. Different ones, different tastes. Modern rooms are from 25,000 to 40,000 francs.
The environment is not suitable for some students who are fragile.
The state of the house here is standard in terms of construction site. The windows are quite small, problem of humidity. Students with large fragile system can be easily harmed.
Some students are forced to take additional part-time jobs.
If your father can get you a house of 25,000, me as an advisor, preferably you can get a house of 15,000 in order to save at least 10,000 a month.
As the students get ready to begin the new school year, they are advised to look for housing according to their financial abilities.
For some weeks now, some government bilingual high schools and even secondary schools across the country have been perturbed as a result of the strike undertaken by secondary school officials under the movement honored through SOCIETE OTS in prelude to the International Features Day to be celebrated on October 5, 2023. We met one of the protesting teachers in Jimbam High School who disclosed to us despite the challenges they continue to dish out lessons to their students. More with our student journalist, Christy Array.
Is a philosophy teacher at the Jimbam High School in Fumban in the Noun Division, West Region of Cameroon. He arrives at his duty post every day by 7 a.m. to begin classes at 7:30 a.m. The main objectives of this teacher is to impart knowledge to students and teach them moral lessons. When it comes to the daily life of a teacher, everything must start with preparing lessons. At the establishment level, firstly, punctuality is recommended and much more consistentness and liveliness with the students. This allows the acquisition of the necessary skills. Despite the passion Tala faces, several challenges raises, he decided to join the secondary school teachers movement OTS with hopes to improve the working condition of teachers. The daily difficulties are firstly on the career level. We want the automation of the career arts. We no longer want to do the file on the elementary things. We don't want to be paying percentage for our com. We wait for the state to give us a particular status. I think if this is put in place, the teachers will have a good working condition.
Sera un levier même pour le développement de notre pays.
Claims that are being taken into consideration by the school administration.
Chers collègues, vous êtes dans...
I would like to tell my fellow colleagues that you are free to fight for your right, but nothing needs to be done by violence. I would like you people should wait for a while to see what will happen.
Rien ne se fait dans la violence.
It should be noted that supporters of the OTS movement in Fumba declared they will not take part in activities marking Teachers' Day on the 5th of October 2023 as part of the protest.
The National Bilingualism Commission has evaluated the applicability of bilingualism at the Lankantini Hospital in Douala and the Douala General Hospital as well. The main aim of the exercise is to reinforce living together and put an accent on hate speech. According to them, the patient's language has to be the doctor's language. Satisfied with what they expected, the Bilingualism Commission has rated the Douala General Hospital and the Lankantini Hospital 5 on 5. They made the inspection tour this October 2, 2023 with the aim of reinforcing living together and putting an accent on hate speech, conscious of the fact that hospitals need a peaceful way of functioning. They have to apply the needful, which is one of them is to lay emphasis on bilingualism. The Commission adds that if any member of staff of these hospitals which to reinforce their English and French capacity, the hospital has to take charge to create a friendly atmosphere. Let's take a listen. It's unfortunate we can't have that element. Henceforth, Canal programs will be followed on smart phones. Alex Sharifa tells us how that apps operate.
It was in the newsroom of Canal International that its workers were trained on the use of a new digital application of Canal Play. The mobile application, which was conceived thanks to a partnership with DHI Digital House International, permits viewers to have access to all live programs broadcast on Canal International, Canal Movies, and Canal Music. The advantage of having the Canal 2 Play application in your phone is that you follow the live programs and the programs that you must have missed during previous days or weeks. You can also follow them in replay. So it is an application that is really practical. Always closer to you, as the slogan goes, it is an initiative that will draw viewers closer to their TV programs on their mobile phones wherever they find themselves.
C'est une satisfaction.
It is a satisfaction to know that the top management of Canal 2 has migrated to the digital era, which is today an indispensable tool in communication.
La communication.
We are using the digital world on YouTube, Facebook, and X to have podcast video, to have live streaming of the channel. But you know there is some place in the world that you can exactly use in the better manner, YouTube or Facebook, and now we decide to develop our own apps, to do our own things like we sing the things.
As prime ambassadors of the Canal 2 Play application, they have been schooled on the usages which they intend to educate other viewers. It should be noted that the platform 2023.
And Cameroon Cedric Doumbé secured a mind-blowing victory against a Frenchman, Jordan Zebo, on Saturday, September 3, 2023, at the Zenith in Paris during a major MMA event on French soil. Fro William reports.
Is that low stance from Cedric? Oh! Are you kidding me?
Cedric Doumbé has made a flawless debut in the MMA Professional Fighters League with a 9-second left hook knockout over French-born Jordan Zebo at the Professional Fighters League in Paris, France. Both fighters touched gloves in the center of the ring and immediately began trading blows. Cedric Doumbé countered Jordan Zebo before grabbing him by the foot and delivering 2 powerful blows to the head, including a powerful left hook that completely knocked him out. His 9 seconds win left spectators wondering, with football stars who were present in the likes of Kylian Mbappé speechless. After the bout, Doumbé admitted he is bent on working his way to the top with a lion's fighting spirit.
For the best, you know, it doesn't matter what people used to say, I never decline a fight. Peu importe ce que des gens disent, jamais je refuse un combat, poto. I never decline a fight. So anyone, I don't have to call out anybody because I'm the best.
The 31-year-old Cameroonian-born French professional mixed martial artist and former kickboxer had no time to waste as he now joins Francis Ngannou to the pinnacle of fame.
Cedric Doumbé, ladies and gentlemen.
And that report brings us to the end of this edition of the Primetime Newscast in the English language. You can now do international. Thanks so much for watching. But coming up next is the brief with Lil Pijou. As for me, I'll be back same time tomorrow. Good night.